This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You have plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
English with Us podcast.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing amazing today. Welcome and welcome back to English with Us podcast. My name is David.
Hello, David. And hello, everyone. I am very excited about today's topic because our solar system is full of amazing places. When I was a child, I loved looking at pictures of the planets. I remember seeing Saturn with its rings and thinking it looked almost unreal. Even now, I think learning about the planets makes the night sky feel more interesting.
That is perfect, Emma, because today we will learn simple English for talking about our solar system. We will talk about the sun, the planets, the moon, asteroids, comets, space travel, and useful phrases people can use when learning about space.
David, before we start today's episode, we have a quick announcement, right?
Yes, Emma. We're now posting the full transcript and study pack for each podcast episode on Patreon. Each study pack can help you review the lesson, practice useful English, and keep learning after the episode.
That sounds really helpful.
Yes, you can join us on Patreon for only $3.99 a month. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for learning with us and supporting the podcast.
We hope to see you there. Now, let's start today's episode. David, quick question. What is the solar system?
The solar system is the sun and all the objects that move around it. This includes planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. An object is a thing that we can see or talk about.
So the sun is in the center and many other objects move around it.
Yes, exactly. A useful sentence is, Earth is part of our solar system.
That already sounds very useful.
Yes. Another useful sentence is, the planets move around the sun.
Quick check, David. The solar system includes the sun and the objects that move around it, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is the sun?
The sun is a star. A star is a huge ball of hot gas that makes light and heat. The sun is the closest star to Earth.
It looks much bigger than the other stars because it is much closer to us.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, the sun gives Earth light and heat.
That is simple and clear.
Yes. Another one is, Earth moves around the sun once every year.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, the sun is at the center of our solar system. Center means the middle part of something.
Quick check, David. The sun is a star, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, how many planets are in our solar system?
There are 8 planets. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
8 planets. That is a good number to remember.
Yes, a useful sentence is, there are 8 planets in our solar system.
Very easy to use.
Yes, another useful phrase is, each planet is different. Each means every one of a group.
That is true. They can be very different in size, temperature, and appearance.
Exactly. Appearance means the way something looks.
Quick check, David. Each means every one of a group, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, let's start with Mercury. What is special about it?
Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is also the smallest planet in our solar system. Because it is so close to the Sun, its temperature can change a lot between day and night.
So Mercury is both close to the Sun and very small.
Yes, a useful sentence is, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
That sounds very useful.
Yes. Another one is, Mercury is smaller than Earth.
Quick check, David. Mercury is the smallest planet, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what about...
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Venus.
Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It is close to Earth in size, but its surface is extremely hot. Surface means the outside part of a planet.
So Venus may look similar in size to Earth, but it is very different.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, Venus is one of the hottest planets.
That is easy to remember.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, Venus has a very thick atmosphere. Atmosphere means the layer of gases around a planet.
Quick check, David. Surface means the outside part of a planet, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, now we come to Earth.
Yes, Earth is the third planet from the Sun, and it is our home. Earth has liquid water, air, land, and many kinds of life. Liquid means something that flows, like water.
That makes Earth very special to us.
Definitely. A useful sentence is, Earth is the planet where we live.
That is probably the easiest sentence today.
Yes. Another one is, Earth has one natural moon. Natural means not made by people.
Quick check, David. Earth is the third planet from the Sun, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is the moon?
The moon is a natural object that moves around Earth. It does not make its own light. We see it because sunlight reaches its surface.
And the moon is much smaller than Earth.
Yes, a useful sentence is, the moon moves around Earth.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, another one is, the moon can look different during the month.
Why does it look different?
Because we see different amounts of its bright side at different times.
Quick check, David. The moon does not make its own light, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what comes after Earth?
Mars comes next. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. People often call it the red planet because its surface looks reddish. Reddish means a little red.
Mars is probably one of the planets people talk about most.
Yes, scientists are very interested in Mars. A useful sentence is, Mars is farther from the Sun than Earth.
Farther means at a greater distance.
Exactly. Another useful phrase is, Mars has a cold and dry surface. Dry means having very little water.
Quick check, David. Mars is often called the red planet, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is the next planet?
Next is Jupiter. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun, and it is the largest planet in our solar system. Largest means bigger than all the others.
So Jupiter is huge compared with Earth.
Yes, a useful sentence is, Jupiter is much larger than Earth.
That is a good comparison.
Yes, another useful phrase is, Jupiter has many moons.
That is interesting.
It also has a very large storm that has lasted for a long time. A storm is a period of strong and dangerous weather.
Quick check, David. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, now we get to Saturn, my childhood favorite.
Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun. It is famous for its rings. Rings are wide bands of ice, rock, and dust that move around the planet.
They make Saturn easy to recognize in pictures.
Yes, recognize means know what something is because you have seen it before. A useful sentence is, Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings.
That sounds very natural.
Yes. Another one is, Saturn is also a very large planet.
Quick check, David. Saturn's rings are made of pieces of ice, rock, and dust, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what about Uranus?
Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is very cold and very far from Earth. One unusual thing about Uranus is that it rotates on its side. Rotate means turn around.
That makes it different from the other planets.
Yes, a useful sentence is, Uranus is a cold planet far from the Sun.
That is simple.
Yes, another useful phrase is, Uranus rotates differently from most planets.
Quick check, David. Rotate means turn around, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, and the last planet is Neptune.
Correct. Neptune is the eighth planet from the Sun. It is very far away, very cold, and known for strong winds. Wind is moving air.
So Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun.
Yes, a useful sentence is, Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun.
That is easy to remember.
Yes, another useful phrase is, Neptune has very strong winds.
Quick check, David. Neptune is the eighth planet, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is an orbit?
An orbit is the path one object follows around another object in space. For example, Earth follows an orbit around the Sun.
So the planets do not move randomly.
Correct. A useful sentence is, Earth travels in an orbit around the Sun.
That sounds very useful.
Yes, another one is, the Moon has an orbit around Earth.
That makes the idea very clear.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, each planet follows its own path around the Sun.
Quick check, David. An orbit is a path around another object, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what are asteroids?
Asteroids are rocky objects that move around the Sun. Many are found in an area.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Between Mars and Jupiter called the asteroid belt. A belt here means a wide area shaped like a ring.
So asteroids are much smaller than planets.
Yes, most of them are. A useful sentence is, many asteroids move between Mars and Jupiter.
That sounds natural.
Yes, another useful phrase is, asteroids can be different sizes.
Quick check, David. Asteroids are rocky objects that move around the Sun, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, what is a comet?
A comet is an object made of ice, dust, and rock. It moves around the Sun too. When a comet gets closer to the Sun, it can form a bright tail. A tail is the long part that appears behind it.
Comets look beautiful in pictures.
They do. A useful sentence is, a comet can have a long, bright tail.
That is simple and clear.
Yes. Another useful phrase is, comets travel around the Sun on long paths.
Quick check, David. A comet can form a bright tail near the Sun, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, how do scientists learn about the solar system?
They use telescopes, satellites, spacecraft, and robots. A telescope is a tool that helps us see very far objects. A satellite is an object that moves around another object. Some satellites are made by people.
So scientists can study planets without going there themselves.
Exactly. A useful sentence is, scientists use telescopes to study space.
That sounds very practical.
Yes, another useful phrase is, spacecraft can send pictures and information back to Earth.
Quick check, David. A telescope helps us see very far objects, right?
Yes, exactly. That is correct.
David, can we do a simple practice conversation about the planets?
Yes, let's do one.
Okay.
Which planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury is closest to the sun.
Which planet do we live on?
We live on Earth.
Which planet is the largest?
Jupiter is the largest planet.
Which planet is famous for its rings?
Saturn is famous for its rings.
That is a very useful review conversation.
Yes, it is simple and easy to remember.
Let's do one more about favorites.
Okay.
Which planet interests you the most?
Saturn interests me the most because I love its rings.
I think Mars is very interesting because scientists study it so much.
Would you like to visit Mars one day?
Maybe, but only if space travel becomes much easier.
I think I would rather look at Mars from Earth.
That sounds safer.
David, what are the most important things to remember from today?
First, the sun is at the center of our solar system. Second, there are 8 planets. Third, each planet is different in size, temperature, and appearance. Fourth, the solar system also includes moons, asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets.
That is such a clear plan.
Yes, English for this topic does not need to be difficult. You only need some useful space words, simple facts, and clear questions.
That is really helpful.
Yes, simple English is enough to talk about our solar system in a clear and natural way.
David, let's do a quick review quiz before the big summary.
Good idea. Which planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury is closest to the sun.
Yes. Which planet is the largest?
Jupiter is the largest planet.
Correct. Which planet is famous for its rings?
Saturn is famous for its rings.
Perfect. What is an orbit?
An orbit is the path one object follows around another object in space.
Excellent. That was a very long and detailed conversation about our solar system. Now let's have a quick review of today's lesson.
Today we talked about simple and useful English for our solar system. We learned that the solar system includes the sun and all the objects that move around it. The sun is a star, and it gives Earth light and heat.
We also learned about all 8 planets. Mercury is closest to the sun. Venus is very hot. Earth is our home. Mars is the red planet. Jupiter is the largest planet. Saturn is famous for its rings. Uranus rotates in an unusual way. And Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun.
We talked about other space objects too. The moon moves around Earth. Asteroids are rocky objects. Comets can form bright tails, and Pluto is a dwarf planet.
We also practiced useful phrases like Earth is part of our solar system, the planets move around the sun, Jupiter is much larger than Earth, and Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings.
The big idea is this. Our solar system is huge, but the English for talking about it can be simple. You only need clear planet names, a few useful space words, and simple questions and answers. That is enough to talk about our solar system in clear and natural English.
Your final homework for this lesson: comment 1 to 2 sentences about your favorite planet or something you learned today.
Here are 2 simple example answers. Example 1. My favorite planet is Saturn because I think its rings are beautiful and interesting. Example 2. I learned that Jupiter is the largest planet and Neptune is the farthest planet from the Sun.
Thank you everyone for watching and listening all the way to the end.
If you enjoy our podcast and would like to support us, you can find the donation link in the description.
Every bit of support helps us keep creating free English lessons.
Keep practicing, and we'll see you later in the next episode.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like
Touchdown!
because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon. And it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.